the last thing that they want to hold on to of independence is driving.
Driving can be a complicated task. It's a tough go, even for the best drivers on days like today. But as we get older, our reflexes might get slower.
Does being a good driver have anything to do with age? Tonight, a special report, Too Old for the Road. Here's News 4's Luke Moretti.
Defensive driving means making fast decisions. Many of us get behind the wheel without giving it a second thought. But as we get older, our reflexes might get slower. At 86 years old, Evelyn Berman is still in the driver's seat.
My response time was good. My driving skills were good.
But she began to have difficulty driving at night.
Difficulty seeing like street signs when I come around a corner, house numbers.
Evelyn needed to know for sure what was going on, so she decided to get a thorough driver evaluation.
Tell me as soon as you see it and if it's on your right or your left.
Evelyn was put through her paces here at the Erie County Medical Center. The hospital has a program that evaluates a person's motor, cognitive, and visual skills. Lisa Thorpe is in charge of outpatient rehab.
Our job is to keep people on the road. And if there's a small little modification we can do to the vehicle or their driving strategy, we'll do that first.
80-year-old Ginger Spencer voluntarily gave up her vehicle in November.
I thought it was time. There are too many crazies on the road.
Ginger says she's a good driver with a clean record and no accidents.
Yet you wanted to give it up.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy.
Ginger says the decision was partly based on economics. She's saving about $700 a month without a vehicle. Another factor was last year's brutal winter.
There's life after surrendering your vehicle and not being, not driving.
It's not easy, mentally. It got to be such a mental thing. You have to be ready for it. You have to be realistic about it.
For most people, driving represents independence and control. Statistics show that most older adults are safe drivers because they limit when, how far, and where they drive.
Age is not, for me, as much the factor. It's how you aged.
Dr. Ken Garbarino of DeGraff Hospital is a geriatric specialist. He sees a lot of older individuals still driving within their means.
I'm amazed at how well a lot of people can sort of self-restrict. They're not going out in bad weather. They're avoiding the twilight kind of time when the vision's not as easy to see.
Fatalities and crashes involving older drivers declined by 13% from 2003 to 2012. Researchers point to a number of factors, including better health, safer cars, and safer roads. Evelyn Berman was looking for answers. She knew nighttime driving was an issue, but needed confirmation. That's why she decided an evaluation at ECMC would be best.
My driving skills were good. Everything was good except when they put me up to the machine that measures your night vision. I failed miserably. And so I was right.
Do you think most people know what their limitations are?
Yes. We're confirming.
Evelyn now limits herself to daytime driving. She admits that it was a bit of an adjustment.
I get to a point where I feel beholden to others to pick me up and take me and to leave something early enough that I'm not driving in the dark.
Ginger Spencer still has her driver's license, but decided it was time to give up her vehicle.
I am not suffering. I just feel I've lost the spontaneity of doing my own thing. Basically, it's giving up your freedom. That's what it is.
While age is not the sole predictor of one's driving ability and safety, physical and mental conditions change as we get older. How do you know when to stop and turn over the keys? You could ask yourself the following questions. Do other drivers often honk at me? Have I had some accidents? Do I get lost, even on roads I know? Do I have trouble staying in my lane? Do cars or pedestrians seem to appear out of nowhere? Do I have trouble moving my foot between the gas and brake pedals? Have I been pulled over by the police because of my driving?
Very few people give it up easily.
Sarah Harlock is with the Alzheimer's Disease Assistance Center of Western New York. She says a dementia diagnosis itself doesn't mean a person should not be driving.
What it means is that they do need to be monitored more closely, that eventually they will need to stop driving, they will become unsafe, but at that particular moment, they may still be a safe driver.
But what if someone is found to be a danger on the road and driving is no longer an option? Who should deliver the bad news? Geriatric care manager Toby Laping believes conveying that message is best left to a physician or another professional, not the family.
Even with somebody with advanced dementia, advanced forgetfulness of recent events, if there is an emotional investment in the issue, it's remembered longer. And so frequently, if family members say to a patient, you should not be driving, that patient will remember who said that and will either not forgive them or will remember that they did something nasty for a very long time.
Age-related declines involving physical and mental abilities are a given. It happens in different ways and at different times for all of us. Just look at Evelyn Berman, who at the age of 86 remains in the driver's seat, despite some limitations.
Everybody has different abilities. And to put an age line on it, I don't think that's the thing to do.
It's not really about age, is it?
No, no. I've been with some drivers who are in their 50s, and I wouldn't ride with them again.
I think we can all relate to that one for sure. You know, according to the State Department of Motor Vehicles, two of the most important performance abilities for drivers of all ages are the ability to see hazards clearly and the ability to respond quickly.